Hello, ladies and gentlemen! I'm your host, Airsoft Al, and welcome to another update video for, of course, a project that I've been doing that has gotten a lot of attention, a lot of mixed feelings.
Oh, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And actually some general great support.
Just take all my money! Oh, not this soon! Not this soon! Ah!
It is, of course, the M16A1. I completely screwed up that rifle drill. But, either way, what is the Magpul M16A1? Well, as the name entails, I am completely Magpulling an M16A1. Now, I immediately hear a lot of you screaming off the top of your lungs,
What? What the fuck? What? 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 What?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
settle down there, I can explain. The inspiration to do this project actually came from, well, watching an episode of In-Range TV. The In-Range TV episode that I did not see until relative time recently, was, of course, What Would Stoner Do? Which was literally, what would Stoner do if they made the AR-15? Or at least the Armalite platform. And it was an interesting idea. The idea of another company completely actually creating the M16, or at least what would be the M16A1, and or the AR-15 platform back in the day, would have been an interesting concept, and is an interesting concept, because it just opens a degree of, you know, turning your head and freaking geeking out over what components and parts they would have used in the rifle. In the airsoft world, that goes a whole step further because of how many parts we have. And asking, what would a company do to make this? And in my opinion, what would the M16, or, correction, what would Magpul / PTS, I know they're divorced, please, I don't want to go through that pain, let me have my somewhat nostalgic feels, please, okay. In the most literal sense, the idea was, what would Magpul do if they had to make the M16A1? Or at least, how would they make the M16A1? And, well, we kind of got here. Currently right now, the Magpul furniture I do have on it is, of course, the MOE the MOE grip, the MOE trigger guard, which is right here, and the only thing I need left on the outside, of course, is the Magpul / PTS pistol grip and the full stock, the MOE full stock. Now, I know a lot of you are seeing this. I know a lot of you are probably seeing this. And I know a lot of you are seeing this. Yes, the project has actually gone through a little bit of hiccups here and there because the buttstock, this actually fell off of a hotel bed in Tony's room when he was down here last month in August, and this broke. So this is sort of a temporary fix, which is somewhat working. This is because the body itself, because it's an all-polymer gun, and I was building this off of a budget type deal, saying, okay, you know, you could do this, and this is the budget build you can work off of. The body itself is not exactly holding up all that well. And the sad part is, because of the specific linking point in the fucking thing, it's going to be a while before I actually buy an M16A1 upper to put on a better body lower. Kind of sucks, I know, but you know what? I've worked with less. But, internally, on the last outside bit before we get to the internals, is, of course, this. A 3-pronged flash hider made by, of course, Sawyer Custom Designs, SCD for short, the Triad, which is a all-custom design 14mm negative, or what have you, threaded muzzle adapter for, of course, the M16A1, which definitely matches the profile and the sleek look of the Magpul. He is working on other muzzle designs, by the way, and he already has the version 2 out. I have the version 1. So if you want to go do that, then please do contact him. Please contact Jonathan Sawyer, or he will probably comment on the video via YouTube and Facebook, because this video is going up on Facebook and YouTube. Anyway, internally speaking, hi, bleed! Let's go ahead and get into this thing. Internally speaking, it has a GMP Wildcat gearbox, a GMP motor, a GMP metal hop-up unit, and obviously it's connected to Dean's. You're probably asking about the barrel. The barrel has had nothing done to it. It is the stock barrel. Now, I do have future plans to actually put in, and bear with me now, the last components that are going in this is, of course, a ASG let me actually go look at the list. I'll be right back. Okay, I have the list right here, ladies and gentlemen. The last thing that goes on the outside, of course, correction, is going on the outside, is the rifle MOE stock. You obviously know this. The... here we go. The PTS Enhanced Polymer Grip Compact, or PGC, in black, of course. Now, the inside is where we get interesting. The inside, of course, will have a Prometheus 6.03 EG Type Bore inner barrel, 509mm, a ASG Ultimate Boost 30K custom motor, although there was a WeStar, W-E-I, Star motor that was given to me by Tony. That's 30K, so that will probably go back into it when I actually put the stock gearbox back inside of it. A Modify Baton Ryosuku flat hot bucking, and that's it. In the most literal sense, the internals of this thing has had many things go in and out of it.
Oh my.
Now, before any of you say anything, yes, I know the wiring on the Wildcat is short. Believe me, it's a pain in the butt to unscrew this, put it back on after I put the battery in, and I might be putting the stock motor back inside. I was getting good performance out of it, and honestly, it was good for what I needed to do. Now, a cool thing about this project is it has gotten a lot of attention. One of the attentions is actually an Army vet who is a viewer and a good friend of mine, who's actually sending in a fucking rare unicorn of magazines, a airsoft Magpul fucking PMag, short for the build. My dude, if you're watching, I cannot thank you enough for how this is going to just complete the look of the gun when I finally get everything done. And before anyone says anything, yes, I know there are Magpul/PTS bodies out there that I can replace the lower and upper with. But to keep the look and the feel of it, I want to kind of keep the lower as long as possible until it finally goes brick. And until the upper finally says it broke. But either way, though, I want to keep this on as long as possible. I want to kind of work the body out. I want to kind of get the miles out of this thing. It's kind of like that first car that you kind of build up on, and when it finally gives out, it's like, good memories. I'll put you in the garage for a few years until I can fix you, type deal. Now, I automatically hear you saying, Al, you've gabbed on enough. Let's hear this fucking beast. By God, you will. You will hear this fucking beast.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, after frustratingly having to take this off, put it back on, and make sure the thing, because of course the glue gave out, so it caused the upper to get... A lot of pain. Might be sticking the stock gearbox back in here. But, it's not until I field the GMP gearbox of this bad boy. So, semi-automatic. Let's hear this bitch. Volado. Have I said how much I love this thing yet? But that's not going to satisfy you. I know you well enough. You want to see this thing performance. By God, you will get a performance, my friends. Let's go outside, shall we? I know I can do that creepy voice. That's kind of awesome. I might save that for a Halloween special. Anyway, allons-y! We're out here now with the Magpul M16, and before a lot of you say anything, no, I'm not chronoing it, because I don't want to go full into something that is currently half-assed. Yes, this is not fully complete. When this is fully complete, then I will do full test chrono and all. But until that point in time, we're going to be simply doing shooting tests. So, I currently have a nice 300 round high cap. And let me tell you, we're about 80 feet, we're about 70 to 80 feet out, give or take, I forgot. But this is a good distance. And we're shooting at the BB collector out there. Yes, I have a BB collector now. And we'll see how it hits. We'll shoot one shot at the barn just to see if it's flying true, or if I need to adjust the hop-up. Because I did take this out to a lot of battles as of late. You may have seen it in the Jungle Warfare video. Either way, though. I hear you, Dominic. You crazy bastard. Anyway, go ahead and take a single shot at the barn. Need to adjust the hop a bit, because once again, this is a new hop-up in here. There it goes. Okay, so we are technically on a hilly area, so gravity is at play, I'm afraid, with some of the shots. So let's go ahead and see if it's hitting the target, which, again, wind's blowing, gravity at play here, on a somewhat slope angle, up angle, what have you. Again, we're just on a hilly hill. So, let's see if I can hit the thing. We're hitting it. It's just not, it's taking it a bit. But I know what you want to hear. You want to hear the full auto. Well, we're going to hit the full auto on the barn, shall we? Now let's see on the box. This thing is evil, and I love it. But I hear you saying, but Al, you couldn't have just made an M16. Well, you're right on that, actually. I didn't just Magpul an M16. You see, in my infinite wisdom, I decided the M16 needed a companion, a partner, you might say, or a little brother. So I did what any sane man would do, and made this monstrosity.
Excuse me, what?
Before any of you start going fucking nuts, which I know a lot of you are, this is, of course, a Combat Machine 30th Anniversary Magpul thing. What this is a Combat Machine internals inside the 30th Anniversary lower, which is, of course, metal, which I will admit, it was definitely interesting. I, of course, have a Scarl flash hider on there because I wanted to. I did not have another triad, but then again, I think there'd be a better muzzle brake for this project. Now, unlike the M16, I am actually thinking of turning it into a car sort of build, like a Magpul Car 15. But instead, I am probably going to put either the Magpul MOE stock on this, the M4 style stock, or I might actually go with a fixed M4 style carbine stock. Again, it kind of is in the cards right now, depending on the budget. Now, this is of course still with the stock gearbox, stock motor, but the hop-up and the barrel is actually a Type 4 air barrel given to me by Apex, and the hop-up is a orange-ish hop-up. I don't know what to call it, but we'll figure that out anyway. Now, it is of course hooked up to an 11.1 LiPo. And we will see how this thing performs, shall we? If I can get the magazine out of my pocket. Oh, and I am going to actually replace this sight with, of course, a Magpul rear sight. But again, I'd love to hear from the actual Magpul community. What do you want me to keep the rear sight? Does it go well with this? Does this work? Let me know in the comment section down below, of course. Alright, go ahead and see if it reaches out. Yeah? It's reaching. Let's see if it'll hit the box. Ah, stuff I'm using .2s. Some are going in, some are hitting, some are just going all around. But, again, you want this. I fucking love this thing. Well, some are going inside the box. And, yeah. That's, okay. Like the BBs. Yeah, that's about it. So, yeah. So let's, actually go back inside and let's actually discuss a little bit more on what the future of this project is going to be. This project is more or less not only a passion project, but a really interesting question, and a somewhat answer to that question of what would Magpul do if they made their own M16A1, be it airsoft or even in the real steel world. Or, correction, what would Magpul do if they did make an M16? And I ain't talking about that whole fucking GMP deal, I'm talking an actual full factory-made M16. Be it the A2, A3, or A4 model. It's definitely an interesting question, and one that provokes the mind to just try and interpret it. Because we will probably never get a full answer from Magpul itself, or, correction, PTS. It's always one that just... Sad to say, my funding right now is a little bit dry. And it is going to be a while before I can even complete this project. And believe me when I say I want to complete this project. I want to make the full video on this. I want to do the introduction, the why, the how, all this stuff. And this is how you guys can help. To the members of the Magpul community and even the airsoft community in general, here's how you can help out this project. Besides, of course, sending your moral support and helping me out with explanation as to why Magpul would build it, Magpul/PTS would build it like this, I want you to do two things. Well, correction, three things. The first one is, try this yourself. Ask yourself a question of, how would this company do blank? Insert gun here. And then secondly, if you want to help out, you can do like many others have. They're actually donating parts to me. One, of course, being in the Magpul community, who's also a Canadian, is actually going to be sending me a care package, or at least attempting to. He's kind of busy at the moment, and I can understand why. It's going to take a bit. The veteran the Army vet, of course, in question is that I brought up earlier, who's actually sending me a short Magpul airsoft magazine. That's another way you can do it, is if you have a part that can go on the M16 here, like a Magpul PTS grip, or even the full stock that I currently need, then you know what, that's how it is. Or even the other parts that I named off earlier. However, if you're not able to do that, here's option number 3. Donate to our PayPal. There's a PayPal in the link, either the description or above, depending on how you're seeing this video, that you can donate $1 to. If 50 of you donate $1 right now, that'd be $50 right there that we can use to actually buy the parts on the list that we need to put into the that we need to complete this project. And well, it's kind of how it is. But there is another thing I will say. I'm not going to stop on the M16. No, I'm not. Because here's the thing, I started looking and there were a lot of Magpul parts out there. There were a lot of Magpul kits. And I just started, and my brain just started wrapping around it, started overworking itself, started asking questions of, okay, what if Magpul made the AK-40, started building their own AK-47 for airsoft? What if Magpul built their own version of the 1022? What if Magpul did this? What if Magpul did that? And now my mind is ablaze with things that I honestly want to try and answer, or at least try and attempt. And yes, the next project, which thankfully enough I am able to get most of the parts at my local Academy Sports for, is of course, well, the Soviet counterpart to the M16A1. It's the AK-47, or at least the AK platform. Yes, I know this is an AK-74 by Classic Army, but still, it's definitely one that could be worked on and something I really want to attempt. It's literally Magpulling a fucking AK and doing and seeing how PTS would do this platform, or even attempt to do the AK-47, which That's actually something I'm going to leave to you guys. Comment down below. Not only for the M16 platform, but the AK. I'm talking about the M16 and the AK-47, not the AK-74, not the AKM, the two guns of the Cold War. How do you think Magpul would do them? Or how do you think PTS would do it for Airsoft? Let me know down below, and as always guys, I've been Airsoft Al, and I'll see all you lovely people in the video when the project is complete. Till next time.